We're going to add a client device to the Network Operations Center or NOC sites. Client devices are added to the NOC sites group. Once it has been added to NOC sites, client device may be attached to one or more groups. We'll create a group later. Double-click on the NOC site in the tree. Click on the Create icon. Create client device. Some of this information is already filled in from the template we did before. SSH enable, AES-256 enable, network enable licenses are checked. Device support authority 111. We can put in a name we call the device or we want the device referred to as. You have the modes of communication. You have modem, network, serial port, client, or GPRS, primary and secondary modes, and terminal communication. In the Network Properties tab, we'll fill in the device IP address. Normally the NAT address is the same as the device IP address. If I click in the NAT address area, it'll automatically fill that in along with the subnet mask. And you can change that if you need to. We have default port 10001. We have the syslog server information that we entered before in the template. We have the OBM real-time logs and the OBM heartbeat attributes. And the real-time logs allow real-time messages from CDI devices to be sent via the network connection to the OBM server. Without real-time logs enabled, the remote devices will not send events in real time back to the server. They'll be buffered until the unit is pulled, which needs to be enabled. And real-time logs must be enabled in order to generate alarms for missed heartbeats. And you have the OBM heartbeat attributes. And the OBM heartbeat is an automatic I'm alive, and here is a telco line status message that is sent periodically by a CDI device to the OBM application server. If heartbeat messages or any other messages are not received by the OBM application server within a given time interval, an alarm will be triggered for this device, and that would indicate the device is in trouble or its network access is in trouble. And we have this set up for maximum number of heartbeats 3. Heartbeat message interval in minutes is 30. You can change that if you like. The heartbeat also checks the telco line status. The modem will go off hook and check for dial tone during each heartbeat interval. The device will report that status of the telco line as part of the heartbeat response. This allows the central site to realize that the remote site has no working telco connection long before it's going to be used. And if it's restored, that's also reported in the heartbeat message. And this can be passed on to an SMP manager or email alert or SMS text message. You have an option for the radius server, IP address, and secondary IP address if the primary is not available, and the optional radius key. And you have system options. I'm going to check them all. This allows the client device to recognize the encryption of the remote device, whether it be any of these listed. You have syspassword and syskey. And the syspassword is used by the OBM to access the device. And you can change the password by deleting the current one and entering a new one. And for security, the password is displayed as asterisks. And syskey is the key used by OBM to access and encrypt data with the device. And by using the syskey, communication between the OBM and the device is encrypted. You can enter it yourself or have the system generate it. And it must have 48 hex characters. If you want the system to generate a new key, you would hit Generate Key icon. Host DTR, RTS loss of signal, sets a number of seconds the host signals have been lost before an alarm is generated and sent back to the OBM. A loss of signal from the host device can signify device in trouble, loss of power, or a cable has been removed from the device. Somehow the connection has been lost to the host. And you have the options for the internal modem. And you can set up a primary and secondary user-defined message. And device audit maintains a trail of the device activity. We'll click Save to save our changes. And you can see from the log, add a device to OBM database.